Did you know that one of the easiest plants that you can grow in winter can actually save you money, ward off pests, and boost your immune system? This plant I'm talking about is garlic. Let's get into it. Garlic is like your garden's natural force field. Its strong smell deters pests like rabbits, slugs, and even aphids. It contains a compound called allicin, which actually helps to lower blood pressure, strengthen your immune system. This means that garlic is actually perfect if you're trying to do something like a medicinal garden. So if you want a medicinal garden, you'd probably plant different herbs in there, like thyme, rosemary, white dead nettle, purple dead nettle, dandelions for the roots, and even the great willow's herb. Garlic fits perfectly into crop rotation. Garlic is a member of the allium family, which means it contains a compound called allicin, which is released into the soil, which can actually help break down different types of bad diseases and bacteria which seek to destroy your leafy greens and other types of vegetables which are susceptible to disease. So if you plant garlic in your gardens now, you will actually help break the disease cycles in your garden. Planting garlic can actually help fight diseases like clubroot and blight, which I think a lot of us would like to eliminate in our gardens. If you have things like tomatoes or potatoes that you're growing, these are members of the nightshade family and they are very susceptible to diseases like blight. So if you can eliminate that from your garden, this will help. The winter will help as well because the frost will help. It depends what latitude you're in and what hemisphere you're in, but the winter will actually help destroy pests and different types of bacteria within your soil and actually help get rid of diseases. However, with climate change, there's actually a shorter period of frost. So things like garlic can actually help improve your soil's health and get rid of different diseases in your soil if there's not a strong frost that year, which I think there'll probably be less of, or maybe more of, depending if the AMOC stops or not. But that's a whole different video. Let's not get into that right now. Garlic actually stores for months. So if you want a vegetable or a herb that you can harvest all year round and actually store away for 9 months straight, because garlic lasts around 9 months if you store it properly and if you harvest it properly as well. When harvesting garlic, you want to make sure that you don't actually remove this layer on the outside. You want this to dry. Try and dry it in a spot that is cool, a bit out of the sunlight. You don't want it being exposed to direct sunlight. Make sure that it's in the shade, and this will help your plants develop the skin. Once the skin has developed on your garlics, you can then store them properly. If cured properly, garlic can last up to 9 months. This means that you'll be harvesting garlic all year round without actually having to go into your garden. You can keep garlic in your pantry. It might smell, but it will ward away the vampires, so that's all good. If you let the bulbs go to flower, they actually draw in different pollinators like bees and butterflies. So planting garlic next to things like courgettes or cucumbers can actually help get your plants pollinated faster. It will increase pollination rates. You can even plant them next to things like strawberries. You can actually help ward away slugs as they won't be able to smell your plants. If you have a small space and if you don't have a garden, you can actually plant garlic in pots and you can place them onto your windowsill to make sure that you actually have a harvest inside as well. Make sure that the garlic is getting enough sunlight. Even balconies and windowsills can actually produce a clove of garlic. So if you plant a garlic in a pot 2 inches deep, make sure that it's exposed to sunlight. This means you can actually have a harvest inside without having to do anything. Garlic is actually a really weird plant and it really likes the cold. This is why winter is the best time to plant it, because if you plant it now, the garlic has time to split apart. So in the winter time, garlic likes this cool season to make sure that its cloves can actually separate and fragment into different separate cloves. If you don't have a cold season, the plant can actually make one giant clove bulb, which I don't know, maybe you want that one giant clove of garlic, but personally I don't. So make sure that you do plant it in winter so you can have the bulbs split apart nicely and correctly and actually form their separate segments. Okay, so garlic actually belongs to the allium family, which is one of the reasons why it is so good at keeping pests away. It releases sulfur into the soil, which can stunt the growth of things like legumes, which are peas and beans. Even the tea plant, I think, red bush, where like my mum's favorite tea is red bush tea. She loves it, and I'm pretty sure that is a legume as well. So if you're in South Africa and you want to plant garlic next to red bush tea plant, maybe don't do that because it will stunt the growth of your plant. So rotating garlic around your beds can actually break up the disease cycle. So rotating garlic around your beds can actually be really good, especially at this time of year where diseases will be dying off anyway, but this will just help give them the proper kick that they need to get out of your soil for good. It's really low maintenance as well. All you have to do is break a clove apart. Then you have this. So once you break a clove apart, all you do then is just sew it pointy side up. This is the pointy side. You want to sew this side up. Make sure this is facing the sky. You see it's even got a little shoot coming out of it already. And then so this is the pointy side. And then this is the side that wants to be in the ground. Yeah, try not to peel this off like I just did. You want to keep that on. That's just like protective layer. So if you peel that off, it's going to have a higher chance of getting a disease like rust, which isn't good. You don't want rust on your plants. It slows down photosynthesis and just means you get a smaller bulb overall. No one wants a smaller bulb. You want best value for your money. These crops are so good because you sow one clove, split it apart, sow one, and you get a whole other plant, a whole other version of the plant you've just sowed. What? This literally saves you that much money. You save so much money from literally planting one thing and getting 12 others. Okay, so how many cloves do we have in here? I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So I have 11 cloves. So that's 11 cloves to sow. 11 cloves would then bring me out 11 whole new plants. So from taking apart one garlic, I get 11 more plants. That's cost effective to me. Garlic actually has such a rich history as well. So in ancient Egypt, the Egyptians would feed it to their slaves, but it would actually give them strength to help build the pyramids. So they say anyway. The Greeks would give it to their athletes before the Olympic Games. This would help give them strength, longevity, and the vigor that they needed to get through these hard Olympic trials. And in World War I, garlic was actually used as a natural antiseptic to help treat wounds on the battlefield. So the plant you're planting actually has thousands of years of history. It's a pretty cool plant. You should plant it in your garden. Let it live on. Also, garlic planted in autumn actually has stronger roots. So if you plant it in autumn, it will have a stronger start and be healthier overall. This will help the plant to establish itself, have a stronger scent, and a bigger root bulb overall. So if you're planting this bulb in November or December, you have chosen the perfect time to plant it. An additional tip, you don't have to use harsh chemicals to ward off pests. You can use garlic to help deter them naturally. This will improve soil structure and actually stop harsh chemicals intruding into our water systems and cycles, for example, into the water table. Less pollution in the world is always good. This has been Grow Now UK. Like, subscribe, follow for more. And if you want more videos like this, just click the card up here and you'll be directed to more. And I'll see you in the next video. Bye guys. A little seed tray. Ooh, it's dripping on me.